Please subscribe.
The Subaru WRX STI is kind of like that extremely smart kid who brings home report cards with C's and D's littering the page. Unchallenged, he or she gets bored, strays from the path of caring, and produces uninspired results. Offered more strenuous and demanding tasks, however, the student applies him or herself and excels. The STI is built to be pushed. It begs for tight corners, high speeds, and full throttle openings. When the driver's blood boils, the car proves proficient. But there are broader expectations for cars with 4 doors and a normal trunk. Part of the STI's charm is that it also could be a practical vehicle, even for families. It's derived from the previous generation Impreza, after all. But like that bored kid in class, its manners and attitude in ordinary circumstances leave room for improvement. Subaru promises a Type A variant with performance enhancements later in this model year, but we're not expecting an all-new next-generation WRX and STI until 2020. The same but differential. Mild updates for the 2018 model year alter how the WRX STI looks and how it drives. In addition to a cleaner, more aggressive front fascia, the STI adds adaptive LED headlights, brackets for a roof rack, and dark gray 19-inch aluminum wheels wrapped in 245/35R19 Yokohama Advent Sport V105 tires. It also gets a new STI Sport design instrument cluster with a color LCD display, heated exterior mirrors, red seat belts, a folding rear center armrest with cup holders, and a more capable security system. The big news, though, is that Subaru fiddled with the all-wheel drive system. Whereas the center differential in the 2017 STI was controlled by mechanical and electronic methods, the 2018 has gone full digital. Subaru calls it the multi-mode driver-controlled center differential, DCCD, and it's intended to improve the car's already great handling. Subaru also upgraded the brakes, using yellow-painted monoblock Brembo calipers, 6 pistons up front and 2 in the rear, as well as larger cross-drilled vented discs, 13.4 inches in front and 12.8 inches in the back. Our test car was the base STI. For another $4,800, the STI Limited adds nothing performance-oriented but packs in the features, including a power sunroof, which chops front headroom by 2.6 inches, a proximity key, push-button start, navigation, a Harman Kardon audio system, blind spot detection with cross-traffic alert, and 8-way power-adjustable Recaro performance seats. Our test car had the Recaro seats, a $2,500 option bundled with a proximity key and push-button start. The STI Limited also presents the option for a lower-profile deck-lid spoiler instead of the standard STI wing. Buyers who desire safety-oriented features such as those included in Subaru's EyeSight bundle should instead lower their sights from the driver-centric STI and consider the regular WRX Limited. Sucker for pain. The mid-cycle update for the WRX STI sadly did not bring any changes to the aging powertrain. While the standard WRX has a 268 horsepower turbocharged 2.0-liter flat 4, the STI has a turbo 2.5-liter that is not used in any other Subaru. It makes the same 305 horsepower at 6,000 revolutions per minute and 290 pounds-to-foot of torque at 4,000 revolutions per minute as last year's model, which is only 5 ponies more than the 2004 STI had on tap. Even the raw special edition coming early next calendar year is rated at only 310 horsepower. It also comes equipped with SI Drive, or Subaru Intelligent Drive, essentially a driving mode selector that affects only the engine's power delivery. Using a center console dial, drivers can pick among Intelligent, Sport, and Sport Sharp, depending on whether throttle response or fuel efficiency is more important. When switched into Sport or Sport Sharp, a torque curve is displayed in the center screen. Basically, each step up the ladder delivers more torque for a given movement of the accelerator pedal. Putting the engine to work requires an active right arm and accepting that every day is leg day in STI land. The clutch pedal effort feels like resistance band training. The engagement point on this test car was high in the pedal travel, making it tough to engage without lurching, and the shifter itself doesn't really aid in making smooth progress in traffic. It all comes together better when you're moving at full chat, but it becomes a chore that demands more attention than it ought to when you're simply trying not to upset passengers. When testing the previous STI, we experienced wheel slippage during hard launches, but that wasn't the case with this car. It seemed to be somewhat down on power to a degree that forced us to attempt our acceleration tests with 3 different drivers. Even with the car set to Sport Sharp mode, we could not break the 5-second mark to 60 miles per hour, finally accepting 5.3 seconds as the best it could do. The STI we tested nearly 3 years ago, which wore Dunlop Sport Max tires and weighed about 50 pounds less than this 3,451 pound example, ran from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.8 seconds with the redline clutch drop. With less horsepower and a smaller price tag, our long-term 2015 WRX manual hit 60 miles per hour in 5.0 seconds flat, and the 2018 WRX with the manual needed 5.5. We're calling this one an anomaly. The Brembo brakes perform as expected, dragging the car from 70 miles per hour to a halt in only 158 feet, but even that good figure was a couple of feet longer than the 2018 WRX without the STI enhancements. Deft control on challenging roads is where the STI lives up to its potential, with firm body control and fine balance. Although a little nervous on center, the steering is quick, well-weighted, and communicative. In place of the regular WRX's electrically assisted power steering, the STI uses hydraulic assist and a quicker ratio, 13.3:1 versus 14.3:1. Beneath the SI drive dial is a button labeled Auto, Manu and a switch labeled C.Diff. In the manual setting, this is a control unit that allows the driver to choose the torque bias on the all-wheel drive system from 6 distinct differential locking setups. In automatic, it delivers 41% of torque to the front axle and 59% to the rear but can alter that as circumstances demand. Up front, the STI has a helical limited slip differential while the rear has a torsion unit, and all WRXs have brake-based active torque vectoring. Traction and responsiveness are this car's strong suit, on both paved and gravel roads. Although the stiff suspension makes for a rougher ride than you'd find in newer competitors such as the Volkswagen Golf R, the car is nothing but composed when pushed hard. However, while the Subi showed little to no understeer at the handling limit, the modest 0.93 grams it registered on the skid pad falls well short of the Ford Focus RS's 1.04 grams and the Honda Civic Type R's 1.02 grams of lateral grip. That single metric portrays the broader story of where this car sits among its new age peers. Gone are the days of the fiery STI versus Mitsubishi Evo all-wheel drive sedan rivalry. The WRX STI faces better rounded competition from the 350 horsepower Focus RS, although that car's fantastic character has its own flaws, the 306 horsepower Civic Type R, and the Golf R. The STI ranked third in a 3-car comparison against the Ford and the VW, but it still is great fun. It's just that the competition has outpaced it, with similar or even lower base prices, more refinement, and better-looking interiors. One saving grace, for now, is that the RS and the Type R are limited availability cars for which dealers are charging steep premiums over their list prices. What doesn't help is that the regular WRX's performance is not that far off the STI's, and it allows more options. That Subaru did away with the STI's hatchback body style also displeases many enthusiasts. Subaru fans who have longed for an STI are unlikely to be disappointed by this one's rally-bred character. However, that the STI's rivals are more refined and perform better tells us that Subaru needs to hit the books for an updated sport compact degree.